Welcome back to Good Morning Football. Aaron Rodgers, of course, has not been shy about the Packers drafting his future replacement in Jordan Love. All that entails, what it meant to him, what it didn't mean to him. Yesterday, however, Rodgers did tell the media that he had kept Love in the loop during his uncertain offseason. After all, Rodgers knows what it is like to back up a future Hall of Famer. Take a look.
I didn't, hold things from him. I let him know where I was at mentally and what I was thinking about. And hopefully he appreciated that. I just felt like that's what I would want in that situation, just to hear from the guy. And also there's a love and an appreciation and a friendship there, just like it was with me and Brett. So I wanted to make sure I checked in with him and let him know I was thinking about him. And that was important for me. And it's not going to change. I have a lot of respect and love for Jordan, and I understand it's got to be tough, what he went through. I went through it for, 2 years in the off season. Going to 06 and 07, I was the guy the entire off season, going through quarterback school and going through most of the OTAs, taking all the reps. And then here comes Farvey coming back. And obviously I'm back on the bench. So thankfully I went through that, and I can understand a little bit about what he's going through. So I just tried to keep that in mind the entire time.
I've got a lot of love for Jordan. That's a nice little tagline there. It seems, Kyle, like he can separate Jordan Love, the person, from the frustration he feels about the pick that was made.
Yeah, and going back to those 06, 07 years that he referenced, I remember once Justin Timberlake hosted the ESPYs, and he stopped in the middle of his monologue, and he's like, "Where's Aaron Rodgers? And he goes out and he just hugs him. They just stand there, and everybody laughs, and because he was just dangling on a hook. And I think this is pretty simple. I think sometimes as a parent, you try to repeat what your parents did when they're raising you, but other times, you do the exact opposite of what your parents did when they're raising you. I do that all the time, and I tell my parents that. Thank you for showing me what not to do. This echoes massively with 06, 07, and there's been a lot of revisionist history, I think, on the Favre-Rodgers relationship, and it's great now, and it's always Favre this and Favre that, and good for them. Favre was a jerk. It's documented, it's written about, he's admitted it. It was terrible. He's literally said, it's not my job to prepare Aaron Rodgers, which fine, is his prerogative. But I think it's very important for Rodgers not to do that to Jordan Love, A, because he is a good teammate, and B, because there's a legacy thing here. Let it be known that when this happened, I was reaching out to him, I was caring about him, I was the teammate, I was the dad that Farvey wasn't. And I think that's how this thing is going to play out. I don't know how terribly relevant Jordan Love is right now, Peter, on the football side of things, but I think when we talk about this in Good Morning Football season 25, remember when Rodgers was great to Love? Yeah. That's how it should go.
Yeah, and it's like, I remember that, so I want to pass it forward or whatever it is. But, gosh, Jordan Love just got first-team snaps for 3 months and got a chance to show Matt LaFleur what he has, got a chance to learn the offense, got a chance to be a leader out there. This could be a blessing in disguise, but don't get it twisted. I don't think Rodgers was thinking about Jordan Love 1 second of the day during his time in Hawaii and playing the ukulele. This is all about Rodgers. This was now look, can he text him and keep him afloat? Yes, but let's not spin this into the great mentor, Aaron Rodgers, because Jordan Love was in limbo also. He thought he might have been the guy. I think in the end, it's going to all wash out okay, and they are tight, obviously, as we see, and Love has said nothing but glowing things about Rodgers. But I do think for a moment there, Love had a chance to say to the rest of the team, if it does go off the rails, I could be, but I don't think that was a favor from Rodgers. I think that was just Love having to step up and do his own thing. This offseason was about Aaron Rodgers and his future. I don't think it was about, hey, I'm going to do a favor to Jordan Love and kind of pass this along and give him those opportunities that I got. I don't know how it all ends up, but Jordan Love's going to be in his 3rd year of his NFL career next year, and Aaron Rodgers might be on another team. It's going to be all over again very quickly.
So you don't think that Aaron Rodgers was standing by the waterfall, and right before he took the picture, he's like, hold on. Let me call Jordan. Hey, Jordan, you good, man? Yeah, all right, just checking on you. All right, love you. Bye. See you at the end of the summer. No, I don't think so either, but I do love the fact that he has come out and he's talked about it, and he's open about it. Kyle, you mentioned Brett Favre and how the relationship started off really sour. But then we found out later that they actually communicate and they're close now. And you would hope that it was like that in the very beginning for Aaron Rodgers, but it's documented that it wasn't. And the same thing kind of applies to Aaron Rodgers and Jordan. And speaking of Jordan, I'll get back to Jordan Love, but Michael Jordan, he spoke at Kobe's funeral, and I remember him talking about Kobe, and a lot of us were thinking, wow, they were closer than I thought.
Yeah.
I thought Jordan didn't like Kobe.
They never talked about it.
Yeah, never talked about it, but he was very emotional. It seems like they were a lot closer than we actually perceived they were. So when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, I think it just quiets all of the narratives that are out there that Aaron Rodgers is selfish. He can care less about his teammates. And on the flip side, it makes us believe that he's a little bit more empathetic to what Jordan Love is going through because he's been through it. Aaron Rodgers oftentimes gets painted as this guy that can care less about the team atmosphere. You know, even this summer, I've come out and I've looked in the camera and said, Aaron, man, show up. What are you doing, bro? Like, you're getting paid a ton of money. You need to be there for your guys because they are there for the team. But I think when he speaks, it allows me to kind of walk back my words and say, you know what? He was more in tune with his teammates and what was going on than I originally thought.
I think the Favre thing helps how he acts, Triggs. I think the fact that he's an MVP, the fact that he's playing the best football of his life still, the fact that his future is in his own hands sort of takes away any insecurity that would maybe play into not treating Jordan Love well. And I think it goes a long way with Packers fans who, if this ends in some weird way and Jordan Love is the guy, he helped him.
Yeah.
He left him in a good position.
There are weird connections. Obviously, they have the Packers connection, but they also are represented by the same agency, Love and Rodgers. Like, they also both have a connection with LaFleur on a personal level. Like, there's so many different ways, and it's such a delicate thing to thread. One note, it sounds like Rodgers will not be the next host of Jeopardy, so we can cross that off our list. It sounds like it's going to go to a few other folks as finalists, so Rodgers can focus on football, or at least we can focus talking about Rodgers.
LeVar Burton in there?
It's down to Mike Richards, they're saying.
Yeah, the
who is
showrunner.
executive
Oh, yeah?
producer,
The
the
guy,
showrunner is the leader, but there is a big LeVar Burton